my loves. This is your weekend energy reading from Friday, April the 4th to Sunday, April the 6th. I'll be using the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. These cards are deeply connected to lunar energy and intuition, release, and divine timing. So if you've been feeling emotional, tired, or uncertain lately, this reading may bring clarity. These cards are deeply connected to lunar energy, intuition, release, and divine timing. So if you've been feeling emotional, tired, or uncertain lately, this reading may bring clarity. We are asking Spirit to show us what energy is rising, what we need to release, and what blessings may be on the way. Let's see what the moon wants us to know. The first question I asked was, what energy is peaking or coming to the surface for the collective this weekend? The first card I pulled was the third quarter moon, and it says adjustments are required. The third quarter moon energy brings a sense of pause, reflection, and reevaluation. Spirit is showing us that something that we've been holding on to or a path that we've been on is no longer aligned in its current form. It doesn't mean that we failed, it means that we're being lovingly nudged to course correct. This card is asking the collective to take an honest look at what needs refining, whether that's in relationships, habits, mindsets, or even our approach to healing. It's time to tweak, not toss. The next card was the new moon eclipse, and it says, expect powerful change. We've got a major energetic breakthrough building. Eclipse energy always brings transformation, and when it arrives during a new moon, it often comes fast and unexpectedly. Spirit is saying, you may not see it yet, but the energy is already shifting behind the scenes. Get ready for a quantum leap, but understand that the power of that shift requires your willingness to adjust first. Together, the cards are telling us that this weekend, a major energetic shift is building, but it requires us to release resistance and be willing to make necessary adjustments. Something is trying to align for us, not against us. If we stay flexible and in the flow, we're being ushered towards something radically better, a powerful upgrade in disguise. My next question was, what emotion or energetic baggage needs to be released under this weekend's moon energy? The first card I received was the full moon in Virgo card, and it says, you are good enough. The full moon in Virgo shows us that one of the biggest blocks right now is self-doubt. This card is Spirit calling us out with love for holding ourselves to impossible standards or measuring our worth by productivity, perfection, or comparison. This weekend, the collective is being asked to release the belief that we are not enough. The wound of not good enough is heavy, but it's not ours to carry anymore. The next card was the moon in Aquarius, and it says, bring love into the situation. This card is calling us to soften. Aquarius energy is detached but deeply visionary. This card is asking us to release judgment towards others and ourselves. It's about responding with love, even when we feel misunderstood or disconnected. Spirit says, where can you bring compassion where you've been carrying conflict or coldness? The third card I received was the waxing crescent moon, and it says, have faith in your dreams. This card brings up the emotional weight of hopelessness or fear that our dreams are too big, too late, or too unrealistic. Spirit wants us to shed the heaviness of disbelief and open ourselves to faith again. The cards are telling us that this weekend, the collective is being guided to release self-doubt, judgment, and disbelief. You are enough. You are lovable. Your dreams are still valid. Let go of the inner critic and make room for compassion, especially towards yourself. Release these blocks and clear the path for miracles to unfold. The next question that I asked was, what is the most aligned action the collective can take to support our highest path right now? The first card I received was the full moon in Capricorn, and it says, the end of a tough cycle approaches. This card is all about endings and reward after discipline. Spirit is telling us, you've been climbing, pushing, enduring. but the mountain is almost behind you. This card confirms that cycles of burnout, heaviness, or responsibility overload are nearing a close. But here's the catch. It asks us to honor the ending by consciously closing the chapter. Don't just endure. Complete what needs completing. Finish the task, walk away, then say goodbye. The next card I received was the waning moon, and it says, "What do you need to release?" This card is a direct follow-up and a call to action. The most aligned step that we can take this weekend is to actively let go. Let go of toxic patterns, old fears, clutter, physical and emotional, and anything that's outlived its purpose. This is about consciousness, sacred release, and not waiting for the universe to do it for us. With these two cards, Spirit is asking us to honor the ending by letting it go with intention. The cycle has served its purpose, and your action now is to release with clarity. Don't carry the old into the new. Clear space so that your next chapter can begin with power, purpose, and peace. My next question was, what blessings or breakthrough may be approaching us soon if we stay aligned? The first card I received was the full moon in Libra, and it says a win-win outcome is forecast. The full moon in Libra is a beautiful sign of harmony, balance, and divine justice. If you've been feeling like things have been unfair or out of balance lately, this card is here to say that equilibrium is being restored. Spirit is orchestrating a solution where everyone benefits, and this energy is especially powerful in relationships, contracts, or creative collaborations. Something is about to click into place, and it's going to feel right for all that are involved. The next card was the gibbous moon, and it says, "You're very close to achieving your goal." This is Spirit cheering you on. Don't stop now. You may be tired, doubting, or second guessing, but you're right on the edge of a breakthrough. The universe is fine-tuning the last details. Keep the faith and keep moving. Together, the cards are telling us that a major breakthrough is just ahead, and it's the one that brings fairness, peace, and mutual benefit. Your persistence is about to pay off. Don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle. You are so close, and Spirit is balancing the scales in your favor. My next question was, what does Spirit want us to trust or surrender to this weekend? And the only card I was given was the Cardinal Moon, and it says, "Be bold and make the first move." Spirit is asking the collective to surrender the fear of what if, and instead step into co-creation. This card is a call to courage. You're not meant to wait for the perfect moment. You're meant to claim it. Whether this is about love, purpose, creativity, or healing, Spirit is saying, make the move, initiate the shift. The universe supports boldness right now, especially when it comes from an aligned, heart-centered place. This weekend is not about waiting. It's about trusting yourself enough to take that inspired action, even if it's scary. Spirit wants you to surrender hesitation and choose courage. Trust that you already know the step to take. You just need to believe you're worthy of taking it. Boldness opens the door to divine flow. And for the final question, I asked them to give us one final message. The first card I received was New Moon in Gemini, and it says communication is key. New Moon in Gemini comes through first, reminding us that how we speak, think, and share matters. The moon is calling the collective to clean up our communication, be honest, be clear, and say what needs to be said. It's also a reminder to check the stories we're telling ourselves internally. Are we speaking to ourselves with kindness or criticism? The next card I received was the full moon in Aries, and it says a fiery climax approaches. This card signals a powerful emotional surge or confrontation. Something is about to reach its tipping point, but it's not to destroy, it's to release pressure. Spirit is saying, don't fear the explosion, let it clear the path. The next card I received was a balsamic moon, and it says, a time for healing. This card brings in grace. Spirit is saying that after the intensity comes the repair. Rest, recover, and don't rush the process. There's deep soul healing available now if we're willing to slow down. And the last card that we received was the full moon in Sagittarius, and it says, look at the bigger picture. What Spirit is saying with this card is what you're going through right now is just one chapter. Don't get lost in the moment. Trust where this is all leading. The moon's closing message is one of release, honesty, healing, and perspective. Clear the air. Don't avoid the storm. It brings transformation. But once it passes, give yourself grace and space to heal. Keep your heart open and your eyes on the horizon, because this is part of something much bigger and more beautiful than you can see right now. Altogether, the cards are telling us that this weekend's energy is powerful, transformative, and deeply healing. We are being called to reflect, realign, and release, but also to trust that change is here to help us rise, not break us down. We're shedding self-doubt, calling in deeper faith, and preparing for breakthroughs that have been long in the making. The moon is guiding us to trust our path, speak our truth, take bold steps, and let go of what no longer fits the frequency that we're stepping into. We are not the same people we were last week, and that's exactly the point. Thank you so much for watching, my loves. I hope this message brought you peace, clarity, or maybe even a little bit of magic. I am so grateful for each and every one of you, and I love you with all of my heart. Have a beautiful weekend. Rest, play, take care of your energy, and know that Spirit is always there and they always have your back.